What's up guys, my name is Brandon and today we're going to be running a speed test between two of the more popular phones of 2018, the iPhone XR and the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. So this should be a very interesting test and we're going to be doing boot up tests, we're going to be doing app launching tests, web browsing tests, and more. So let's not waste any time, let's talk about the specs and then let's get straight into this speed test. So the iPhone XR is rocking Apple's A12 Bionic chip with 3 GB of RAM, meanwhile the Note 9 is rocking the Snapdragon 845 processor with 6 GB of RAM. So we have double the RAM here on the left on the Note 9. So it'll be interesting to see how much of a difference that actually makes. We all know how good Apple is at optimizing when it comes to RAM management and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see just how much better or quicker, if at all, the Note 9 is versus the new XR. And once again, the price difference between these two is pretty significant as well. The Note 9 is a $1,000 phone. This is a $750 phone. All right, so let's kick things off with a simple boot up test. So we're going to shut both of these down and then boot them up at the same time to see which one boots up faster. All right, so both devices are completely shut down. So now let's go ahead and boot them up. We are going to have to hold the power button on the Note 9, but we only have to tap it on the iPhone. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. Tapped it on the iPhone XR. We're holding it here on the Note 9. Of course, we do get a visual on the Note 9 first, but let's see which one actually gets to the lock screen first. So the XR actually beat out the XS in my previous speed test. If you didn't see that, make sure to check that out. But let's see which one gets to the lock screen first here. It's looking like the Note 9 may take it. Nope, the XR beat out the Note 9 by a couple seconds there. So really interesting how quick the iPhone XR is booting up. It beat the XS and now it beat the Note 9. So let's put in the passcode. Now let's go back to the lock screen and see which one gets to the camera first. Let's go. And it looked like the XR may have won there, very close. Let's switch it around to the front-facing camera to see a better visualization of this. So we're going to do the same thing on this. We're going to swipe up and swipe over on this one. Let's go. And the XR definitely beat the Note 9 there. All right, so now let's move on to some app launching tests. So we're going to launch some games first, and then we're going to go into some social media. Then we're going to do web browsing tests and things like that. So let's kick it off with some games. Let's go over here. We want to make sure everything is fully closed out first on both devices. So everything is closed on both. Now we're going to start with Asphalt 9. So 3, 2, 1. And we pressed at the exact same time. It just seemed like the animation was a little bit quicker there on the XR, and the XR is taking off here over the Note 9. So very interesting result here. It's actually on the same screen for now. Let's see if the XR can pull through with his victory. Yes, it did get here before the Note 9 by a few seconds here, which is really no stranger. You know, the iPhone just destroying Samsung when it comes to gaming is no stranger. It's nothing new, even with the budget phone. But anyway, let's move on to Fortnight now in 3, 2, 1. Again, press at the same time. We just got the animation. Everything launched quicker here on the XR. We are still waiting here on the Note 9. So looks like we may get to the screen first. Yes, on the XR by at least a second here. So very impressive results from the XR, which is pretty much just like the XS here, which the XS did also beat the Note 9 in my speed test that I did last month. So yes, we got to the screen way before we did here on the Note 9. Look at that. It's like at least a 5-second difference at least. Maybe going on 10 seconds now that the XR is just absolutely destroying the Note 9 here. Wow, look at this. Big difference here in speed when it comes to Fortnite. Now let's try out PUBG in 3, 2, 1. Once again, we did press them at the same time. It's looking like we have a visual on the Note 9 first this time. So the Note 9 may take it here. No, looks like the XR is launching quicker once again than the Note 9 here. So very impressive. The iPhone XR, again, a $750, $800 phone versus a $1,000 phone here. It's just crushing it when it comes to gaming. Now let's test out some social media applications. So let's start with Twitter here in 3, 2, 1. And it's looking like the Note 9 is going to win here. Yes, by a pretty good margin. The Note 9 loaded up Twitter first by a decent amount there over the XR. Let's go to YouTube. And it did load up first there on the Note 9 once again. So it's looking like social media is going to be quicker on the Note 9, but gaming, the applications are going to load up quicker here on the XR. Let's go ahead into Amazon. And Amazon loaded up quicker here on the iPhone XR. We weren't signed in on either one of those. Let's launch the app stores in 3, 2, 1. And the XR looked like it loaded up a few milliseconds before the iPhone XR there, or the Note 9, I should say. So let's go ahead over to camera. And it looked like we got, I don't know, it was very close. It looked like the XR may have had that. Let's open it up once again. And that time it looked like the Note 9 maybe. I don't know, very close there with the camera. Let's do settings. The 10R took that one. All right, so now we're gonna do a video import and export test comparing the two. So we're gonna be using Video Shop here, and we're going to record the same video at the same time from the front-facing camera, and we're going to see which one imports and exports quicker as I'm getting a call here. So let's go ahead and start recording in 3, 2, 1. So we are recording the exact same thing here. We're gonna have some movement in there, and I will be back once this gets to about 1.5 minutes. All right, so we stopped them at the same time. They're both 1 minute and 21 seconds. So let's go ahead and click on done. We're gonna go next on both. All right, so we're gonna export this in 1080p at 60 FPS. We're going to save it to the camera roll on both in 3, 2, 1. And it looked like the Note 9 got off to a head start there. We have a percentage here on the Android application, but for some reason not on the iOS application. It's not really optimized for iOS, so it may just be faster on Android in general. You can see how it's all cut off and everything, but let's see which one finishes first. And it looks like the Note 9 is going to easily take the exporting test here. So the 10R is still going. It's looking like we're going to be at least 20 seconds behind here on the 10R. Once again, it could have something to do with the application, but I don't think it would make that big of a difference. So the Note 9 definitely won there. All right, so now let's put that RAM to the test and see if the Note 9, having double the RAM, will actually open up the applications that are already running in the background quicker than the iPhone XR. So we'll start with Twitter in 3, 2, 1. And the 10R opened up before the Note 9 and loaded content before the Note 9. Let's do YouTube. Once again, just the animations seem quicker there on the 10R. And I know some people are going to talk about the developer settings inside of Android, but guess what? That's not how it comes stock. I'm using these both as they come stock. Let's open up Amazon in 3, 2, 1. And that was about even. Let's go to the gaming. Let's do Asphalt 9 in 3, 2, 1. And the 10R actually had to relaunch, whereas the Note 9 did not have to relaunch. So this is an example of how important having that much RAM is. So double the RAM, you can definitely tell from the relaunch versus the no relaunch on that one. So let's do Fortnight. And both have to relaunch. It looks like the 10R may not have to do, or the Note 9 rather, would not have to do a full relaunch, but maybe it will. We'll see once we get past this purple screen right here. And yeah, so the Note 9 did not have to do a full relaunch, whereas the iPhone XR did. So once again, another example of that 6 GB of RAM versus 3 GB of RAM. You're really seeing a difference now. Let's go and open up PUBG. And this time it looked like the 10R won. So it looks like we may have had a relaunch here on the Note 9, whereas we didn't on the 10R. So some really interesting results there, but it seemed like the Note 9 was definitely better in opening up applications that were already running in the background, even against a very well optimized iOS. It's just that 3 GB cannot compare to that 6 GB of RAM you get here on the Note 9. All right, so now let's do a browsing test to see which one loads up TechCrunch first in 3, 2, 1. And it's looking like the Note 9 will take that one by about a second over the 10R there. Let's try ESPN.com, press at the exact same time. And once again, the Note 9 won by a few, well, it was still loading there, but it still looked like it won by a little bit, like under a second possibly, because it still was loading that ad here on the Note 9. Now let's go to Samsung.com in 3, 2, 1. It'd be funny if the 10R won here, but nope. The Note 9 once again won in the browsing test. So it's looking like you see stuff on the Note 9 first, but it doesn't fully load all the way. So it's kind of deceiving, but it still did look like the Note 9 was faster there. And then like I always like to do, let's run a quick speed test. We're on the same Wi-Fi network on both. I always like to run these tests just to see if there is a difference in speed on both devices. So we got a 111.1 download here on the Note 9, and we'll see what the upload is. And then after that, we will run it here on the 10R. So we got a 10.9 upload. Now let's go ahead and run it on the 10R here. So for whatever reason, we get a much higher download here on the iPhone XR, and we're going to get at least a 1 megabit upload difference. So a 111 versus 146 and 10.9 versus 11.5 there on the Wi-Fi speed test. So yeah, we've had some super interesting results here comparing the iPhone XR and the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 to similar phones, but also at the same time, completely different phones when it comes to price range, when it comes to the screen, when it comes to the operating system. So some really interesting results, but none of them were really too unexpected here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this speed test down in the comment section below. Which one do you think was faster overall, the iPhone XR or the Samsung Galaxy Note 9? I really want to see what you guys think down there in the comment section. And if you guys have any criticism about these speed tests, if you think there's anything I could do to make them better and more accurate, let me know down in a comment below. I'm always looking to improve these. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe for a lot more iPhone XR coverage. I'll be doing more speed tests and things like that as well. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.